Alright, I'm back over tonight to make some adjustments. Got the wheels kind of set straight, and you probably can't see in the cab, but at the steering wheel, definitely way off center. So we're going to address that by adjusting at the center link. I'm also going to put in the piece of the center link to the pitman arm. That slop that I found in the bolt is definitely, I can feel it in the steering. It's driving me nuts. I'm going to try to take some measurements. I did not adjust the center axle. I don't know if you can tell, wheels are kind of straight, and you can see I can't see the wheel when I do that. And on this side, as I come in, you suddenly see the wheel. So I think I need to start fooling around with some measurements real quick on the adjustable track bar. So what I'm going to do is I'll measure across the tire to the frame on this side. I'll measure across the tire to the frame on this side, and then I'll adjust until they're even, and we'll call that good. And then we'll get down to our center link replacement, and then we should be good, and I can get off to the alignment shop. So that's where we're at. Alright, here we are back in the shop. Been a couple of days more tinkering around with this. I drove it for a while. Something seemed to be kind of off. I didn't like, I liked the ride, but when I was looking at it, the front end didn't look quite right. If you followed the video at the very last, when I was getting this done, I took some measurements. I had my son here, and we did some measurements, and the front end wasn't quite hanging correct. So now I've taken off my track bar. I've had a lot of discussions with the ATS. I put it back on. I had to shorten their track bar. It was actually a little bit too long. Fortunately, I could cut it on the thread sides and shorten it up. I tried to put back in, you know, he said I could go ahead and try and put my original back in, but it was too short. I just couldn't get it in there by about a quarter of a hole. But I did modify the track bar. I put it back in. I found that by having it too long when I had it in here before, I actually shifted my bushings at the rear end of the leafs, and I did a bunch of work with some come-alongs and a couple other things, and I got them straightened back out. I got the track bar back in, and I put my new center link in for the steering, so that should be good now. One of the things that I measured, and I went from the front of the shock housing to the outside of the tire. I wanted to see how close I was to being centered on the axles. So I'm right around 20 inches to the outside of the tire now. And let's see what I am on this side. First time I've measured it since I got it all back together, and I am right at 20 inches. So I now have this centered, which before I was a good 1.5 inches to the passenger side. That was not good. Let's see, first time I've checked. Height now, 39.5. Across the center to the fender. Let's see how I am on this side. And I'm still 1 inch off. I got to talk to them about it. Although he did mention, just in case there was a soft tire or something. You know, this is saying 38.5. Let's go from approximately this. Well, actually, we can go from about the center of the hub. That's 25 to the center of the hub. Let's see what this is. Center of the hub. And I'm just over, right around 25. I'm 25 to the center of the hub, which is something he suggested. Maybe I just have a little bit of a soft tire. So I would say I've got this square now. I've got it leveled up. The track bar's in. I now have my steering wheel straight. When I first put the whole system in, I was off by a good 90 degrees. That's now straightened out. So this will be my first drive going home with it, with all the new center link, which definitely the old one was a little bit sloppy up at the pitman arm side. So I think that was why I had some sloppy steering. Definitely the bouncing and the banging is gone. The ride's nice. Does not ride harsh. You know, if people are worried about this riding harsh, I'd say it doesn't really ride any harsher than it did before. At least not to my way of feeling about it. So in the daylight, maybe I'll take some video when I'm driving it. I think I can bum a GoPro and do that. But my impressions are it was a dramatic improvement over the Excursion springs, even without me getting everything straightened out. And I have a feeling now that now that I got everything centered up and leveled out, that this is going to be that much better. And it should be really good. It feels great. Goes off to get a final alignment, and we should be in really good shape. Long process for me to do this by myself. I had a little help from my son here and there, but basically I did this on my own. In here in the garage, jack stands, tall jack stands. I need to get this one done and get it out of here because the Dodge, which you probably can barely see out there, four-wheel drive's not working. I'll be on my third vacuum for the center axle disconnect, and I've had it with that. That's going to get a posit lock cable. I've had enough. Tired of it not working when I need it. So that's where I'm at. Many projects backing up. Still got a lot more to do on the Excursion. I have a few other projects that are going to sort of get in front of it. But eventually we will be addressing the rust, and I've already got a new skid plate for the tank that I'm sort of fixing up, and we'll drop this rusty rotten one out of here and put a nice one in when I'm done. Fortunately, I found somebody that had a bunch of wreck Excursions and I won't call them perfect, but at least half decent ones with minimal rust on them. So that's where we're at. See you next time.